Previously on High Stakes Poker.
Uh-oh, I got a big problem.
The first group of players went out with fireworks.
I wish I just waited for aces.
As half the table went broke.
This doesn't surprise me.
Dario Manieri, Jason Mercier, Daniel Negreanu, and Gus Hansen busted one by one.
Such an idiot.
Yeah, I just was so happy to see this clean.
But the best action of the night came from a hand between Durr and Ivy that left Phil frustrated and confused.
I think I know what it is.
No, you don't.
And Juan scooping the rewards of his triple barrel bluff.
Durr, you're a very interesting human. I'm glad to be in your orbit, you know?
Jack, got my bullets and diamonds and I ain't holding back. I'm all in, yeah, I'm gonna kick it. Pocket rockets a ticket. If you got what it takes, you can play high stakes. I'm all in. I mean, these ladies ain't ladies unless they're your ladies. Put your hand on the roster, that's what it takes. And if you got what it takes, you can play high stakes.
Hi, everybody. Great to have you back with us on High Stakes Poker. I still can't get over the action we had on our last episode. Nearly $1 million changed hands. It was like watching the final table of a major poker tournament. 4 players were felted. We lost Jason Mercier and Dario Manieri, and Daniel had to rebuy. It's like some of these players are magicians. They can take a big stack of chips and make them all disappear. Also, Gus Hansen did something highly unusual. He rebought, didn't have any major decisions, and decided after a few hands he was through with it. I guess if you're just not feeling it, you're just not feeling it. We're really looking forward to this new group, and Kara Scott is with him on the floor to tell us exactly who's playing.
Thanks, Gabe. We've got a fresh lineup ready to go, and it promises to be as exciting as our first group. Juan, Ivy, and Negreanu are all back, but 5 new players join us, including high-stakes newcomers Dennis Phillips, Andrew Roble, and Lex Veldhuis. How will they handle the pressure? The other subplot, can Tom Juan and Phil Ivy keep up their impressive runs? Combined, they're up almost $900,000. I have a feeling we're in for another thrilling session of high-stakes poker.
That's why I said, like, anytime we're here,
Any supplement.
And there is Dennis Phillips, Andrew Robo, and Lex Veldhuis completes our 3 rookies on High Stakes Poker.
I told the story about David, where David was playing a poker session. In the very beginning, he wanted low-fat yogurt, and they didn't bring the right one. And he asked all over the place, give me low-fat yogurt, low-fat yogurt. In the meantime, like 24 hours later, he ordered 8 boiled eggs, 6 orders of ham, bacon, and like chocolate cake. But he really had to have the low-fat yogurt.
David's definitely at the first table when it comes to eating.
I would imagine they're talking about
Crazy
David
about
Benjamin.
The low-fatness of it.
Don't think they're talking about David Spade.
maybe it's Jesus' conscience.
Well, the point was like that's how he starts a poker session. Like, I'm going to be healthy, but then after playing for 15 hours, it's like
I'm out.
Just bring me ham.
I'm out.
Lots
Fold.
of it.
What are you looking at my hand for? Well, because I thought you were too. No, I'm trying to get to the camera. I'm trying to get to the camera. I mean, if you're folding...
Tom Juan picks up where he left off on last session, raises to 3,200 with King 4 offsuit, and takes the first pot.
5, Barry 200, 300, 400, 5. How much you started with?
200.
3 hash 5, right?
200 what I can steal off
me
of
down.
Patrick, Juan, and Ivy bought in for 500. Everybody else for 200.
So you're 400 to my 200?
I'm laying you? What do you mean laying?
Yeah, 2 to 1.
What? Oh, no.
It's the same thing you laid.
No. I thought it was
laid
even
him
money.
2 to 1. He wouldn't win 2 braces in 3 years.
I thought it was even money, because that's what Ivy's bet was.
I know he hustled.
No, Ivy's bet was letting me 2 to 1.
I'm saying, but Ivy's bet that he has on himself. I thought that's what you were talking about.
I mean...
Ivy has a bet on himself at even money.
Right, but I don't know if you've met Phil Ivy before, but he knows how to play every game.
Yeah.
And he's better than me at every game.
You're a great stud eight or better.
No, I see you playing those 2K4 games all the time.
I've watched you play stud eight or better. You just have you're a high-level thinker.
I know.
He's never played stud 8 or better in a bad game. I promise you that.
Is that a joke or no?
You'll figure it out.
Well, it didn't take long for Mr. Phil Ivey to pick up a pair of kings. He re-raises Barry to 13,000. Look at this. The Hold'em nightmare. Aces against kings and Patrick Antonius. Our second hand. These players have $500,000 each. It could all go in here before the flop. Patrick re-raises to 36-4.
And like 40 I'm going to play more, obviously.
If you have a bet, you're going to play more.
Right. But I still don't know how to play tourneys, and I'm not going to play all of them.
And actually, the big
$1 million could go in here before the flop.
Right. I mean, I might play some of the smaller other ones, but
PLO, you should be good there.
I mean, I'll probably play the sub ones and stuff. I just don't know how to play them. So.
All right.
Phil Ivey just calls. He decides to trap. He doesn't know he is in the trap.
Right.
If a safe flop comes out there, I guarantee you that $1 million is going in the center. 10 Jack Queen. Just about the worst flop for both of these players. They're both afraid of ace king or sets. Check from the aces. Ivy could be wondering, maybe Patrick has ace-queen suited, ace-jack suited. He's got the kings. He's got an open-end straight. He might take a shot right here.
Check.
But he checks. Neither player likes that queen. Now they can't beat ace-queen or king-queen.
Check.
Check, check. 9 of clubs. Phil Ivey makes a straight. Patrick saying, this is getting worse and worse. Don't you have any deuces in that deck? Patrick checks. I don't think Phil Ivey can check again. If he were to bet and Patrick would raise, which is not going to happen, then he would have a decision to make. But he's got the straight. He's got to take a little shot here. And there's a little shot, 45,000. Patrick knows that if Phil Ivey had a hand like ace-jack, he wouldn't bet right now. Has Phil Ivey been slow playing a big hand from the get-go? Or does he have a straight? Did that 9 make him a straight? Or does he have complete air? Patrick wants to see. And Patrick sees. And Patrick realizes that a disaster was avoided because we know Phil Ivey, if they got all the money in before the flop, Phil Ivey would have only run it once, and he would have won $500,000 from Patrick. Back to the Golden Nugget for more high-stakes poker.
I would bet on it.
Kara got a chance to talk to Phil Ivey about that last hand.
All right, Phil, we're going to talk about the hand where you had the kings against Patrick. Now, about 80K goes in pre-flop, and what are you putting him on at that point?
Well, it's Patrick, so he could have kind of a wider range than most people, but I got to figure, I have 2 kings, so I'm going to flop him queen, jack, 10.
Yeah, what are you thinking then?
I'm thinking then I'm dead. I mean, I just said, I'm just going to take a free one here for the board pair of queens. And so then he checked again. I knew if I bet there, he was going to call me, and I was going to have to make a really, really big bet on the river in order to win the pot. So I really didn't want to do that because we just kind of were getting started. Mm-hmm. So I decided just to check. And I was lucky enough to make a straight on the river. And he called me.
In his position, would you have done the same?
I believe so. It's just a scary board. We both started with 500,000 in front of us. Neither one of us want to go broke there. If this hand had happened, say, at the end of the session instead of at the beginning, do you think it might have gone a little differently? Yeah, it could have gone differently. It also could have gone differently if we both would have had 200,000 in front of us instead of 500. Mm-hmm. Probably all the money would have been in the middle. But we play a lot of hours with each other, so we kind of know where we stand in hands. That's an understatement.
That's very interesting. Phil is indicating to Kara that he suspected Patrick had aces.
I mean, I'll